Guys, okay, so I want to give you guys the details on my natural hair and how I have it set up for this crochet install. So this is a mix between braid and a braidless, if that makes sense. I'll show you guys. So I do have 6 braids up here, and this is to what I've noticed on the braidless crochets is it's hard for me to one, get a part that I like, and then 2, to crochet around that part. So it hasn't worked well for me. So I did create a couple of braids up here so that I'm able to part either down the middle or on the sides, and I can clearly see that, or I can clearly know where I am crocheting. And then for the rest of that, I just have 3 braids, if you guys can see, 3 chunky braids going straight in the back. So I've got starting here on the side, and then here on the side, and then one going straight back. So that's what my hair looks like for this install. So the mix between the braid and the braidless, you guys do see the braids. I am also going to do a weaving cap so that the hair in the back and then on the sides, I'm not doing tension by just crocheting on them. I'm going to do the net as a protective cover, but then once I get up here, I'm going to cut this part out of the net, and I'll show you guys, don't worry. I'm going to cut this part out of the net and then just do the crochets on my actual braids up here. So easier for me than having to braid my whole head, but also easier for me, in other words, I'm not doing a braidless because here I can clearly see the details of my parts, which makes it easier for me to do my hair. And then sometimes on my braidless installs, I don't know, like I'm feeling a center part one day, and then one day I might be feeling a side part. When I do braidless installs, I don't have that luxury. I have to pick where I'm going, and it has to stay there. So this is a little bit more easier and a little bit more able for you to adjust it depending on what you feel like that day. Okay, that's enough talking. Let me just get right into the video. I am going to come in periodically to show you guys what I'm thinking or what I'm doing, but if you have any other questions, feel free to put them in my comment section. So let's just get right into the install. Silly me. The hair that I'm doing, I've done this brand before, and I saw this hair, and this is the one where it's 1 box is enough. So I was a little skeptical the first time I did it, and it actually went pretty well. So this is the Wanda Curl, and this is by Zuri. And I got 1B30. I know, right? I normally never get color, but I got it. And it's here. So we'll see how it goes. I look at it right now, and it actually looks really, really nice. So I just want to let you guys know it is the 1 pack enough. So for my big head, 1 pack was enough. So you'll be able to be fine with 1 pack. And then it comes in the 8, 9, and 10 inch. So it already comes tethered, so you don't have to worry about doing excessive cutting. Okay, that's enough talking. Let's just get into the install. So this is all of the 10-inch pack. What I like to do when they specifically give you like inches, like 8, 9, 10s is I like to start with the longest one, of course, and I like to do the perimeter first and then go in and do the top. So I just don't put all the 10-inch back here and then 9-inch here and 8-inch here, because it's just not going to look right. You want it to look uniform. So I've got, and I'll do you guys a 360 really quick, but I've got the 10-inch here. And what I did is that the reason why I have the net on is because I can do the crochets on the actual thick braids that I have, but then I can also crochet around it on my actual hair using my hair and then the net as like a great barrier, so I'm not putting all the tension on my hair when I'm pulling the crochet loose. So this is what the 10-inch looks. I'll give you guys a full 360. And this hair, I will have to say, I started just separating it twice, but this hair is already soft when it comes out of the pack, but once I did the conditioner method, it got really soft. So separate it at least 3 times if you want a lot of volume, or I would just separate it anyway, because I don't imagine you being able to do a thick knot that's going to stay put if you don't separate it. So at least separate it twice. I separated 3 times. This is what it looks like. So I have a feeling I'm not going to be using all of the 8 and 9-inch because I did separate it 3 times. So this is what it looks like. This is just a 10-inch. Like I said, I did separate it 3 times. Once I get up here on my braids, it will probably be more than that. Probably be like 4 or 5, because I want this area up here to kind of have like the invisible knot method. So I want to put little pieces up here. So let me give you guys a 360. This is the front, side, back, side, and then the front. Another side note, if you are cautious or if you don't really know how to cut the hair, like when I do the really long hair and then I can cut it and layer it, I would strongly suggest doing this brand, because like I said, it does have the 8, the 9, and 10-inch. It comes at about the normal length that people normally have, and so you don't have to worry about cutting the hair in layers. You just have to worry about getting the strayaways or the flyaways and all that kind of stuff. So if you don't know how to cut hair, or if you are a beginner and you don't feel like cutting hair, this brand is really good because it already comes layered and you don't have to worry about doing excessive cutting. Enough talking, let's get to the 9-inch. So I've got the sides taken care of. Now all I'm simply going to do is take some scissors, lift the cap up, because guys, don't cut your hair, and then I'm just going to cut along to cut open. And when you cut it, you'll feel it pulling, because it's going to pull to where you last crocheted the hair. So just cutting that. There. So I've got, and I might even cut, let's see, oh no, because it's going, you see how it was, let me see if I can find it. You see how thick this end was? And I was nervous that it was gonna pull, but now that I've pulled it back, it's like getting pulled in there. And I might cut this, let me go ahead and cut this small piece out of the way. But then, so you can't see it on that side, and then let's see what's doing it over here. Let's cut this side too. There. So now we've got it cleared on that side, cleared on this side, and then all you have left to do is these 6 braids up here. Now, so this is after the 9" and the 10". So you guys can see I have like 1 braid in the front and then a little bit on each side. So, and that's only because I have like 2 or 3 strands of the 9" that were too frazzled, so I didn't do them. So I legit probably could have gotten away with using the 9 and the 10", not the 8, but because those other ones, and that happens when I condition them, some of them are ended up too frazzled for me to be able to use. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the 8" pack, and we'll use a couple after that. So let's just go ahead and finish this install all the way. Alright, so I'm done. Like I said, I only use 3 separate things from the 8". So I've got all this left, so I don't, like, this is useless to me. I can't even, maybe I can make a ponytail, I don't know. We'll find something. We're recycling it somewhere. But this is it. Let me give you guys a full 360. Now, note, I have not cut any layers. So as you see it is how you get it. But what I did do is I did cut some stragglers, and that happens when you guys crochet. So there was some stragglers that I have cut or clipped. Nothing big. So as you see it, this is how I put it in. This is how I installed it. As you guys know, I did the 10" and then the 9", and then there's like 2 or 3 8" pieces left. So as long as you separate the hair before you install, I can guarantee you that 1 pack will be more than enough. Now, if you're gonna ask me a question, hey, what if I don't install, or what if I don't separate? Guys, I can't ask that because I separated it. So I can only give you guys my experience, and my experience would be for the safety of your hair, to make sure that 1, you're going to have enough to do your whole head, and 2, that your knots are actually going to stay. I would separate the hair. So let me just do a quick 360 to show you guys what it looks like. So we've got, of course, the front, side, back. Can you guys see the back? Is that chair in the way? This is what the back looks like. Side, and then the front. So this is what it looks like. What I am going to do is I'm going to spend the next 2 minutes answering general crochet braid questions that I have gotten. So if you have reached the end of this video and you don't want to hear the Q&A, nice for you to be here. Appreciate the love and support. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next week. For those that want to hear just the same, to me it's the same questions that I hear over and over again on all the crochets, so let me answer those. I'm literally going to spend 2 minutes on those, and then this video will be done. Okay, so the number 1 question is, what do I do to my hair to keep it frizz-free? You can try to maintain it with oils, you can try to maintain it with mousse, but what you guys don't realize is this is synthetic hair. So there's not a lot of oil and mousse that's going to be able to protect the hair once it gets tangled. It's just tangled. The best thing you can do is just cut off the tangled piece and move on. My one piece of advice that I would give you to elongate your crochet braids is to satin cap it, satin cap it, satin cap it, satin cap it. Did I say satin cap? Satin cap your hair. If you're asleep, you know how like there's this golden rule where you don't go to sleep without makeup on? Do not go to sleep without putting a satin cap on your crochet braids. If you're laying around and you're watching TV or you're in bed watching a movie, put your satin cap on, because it really makes a big difference on elongating the life of your crochet braids. How long do my crochet braids normally last? That is a twofold question. Under normal conditions, crochet braids can last anywhere between 4 to 6 weeks with proper care. However, I am impulsive and I am impatient. And that is a bad thing to have, especially when you're doing hair. So mine will probably be in for about a week and a half to 2 weeks. After that, I get impulsive. I'm like, oh, let me try that. And instead of me waiting until the hair that I currently have is ready to come down, I'll take it down that night and try something that next day. So normally when I wasn't as impulsive, back when I was trying to grow my hair out, I legit wore my crochet braids every 4 weeks. I took it down that Friday, took it back, put it back in that Sunday, and I did that for like 6 months straight, and that's how I was able to grow my natural hair out. Now I'm impulsive. Now I'll have my crochet braids in, or I'll have faux locks or twists or whatever, and then a week and a half later I'll be like, ugh, I'm missing my natural hair. And instead of me waiting, I'll take it out that night. So those are two bad qualities to have. So that's why I change my hair up as often as I do. It's not because it doesn't last, because they last really, really long time with proper care. I am just impulsive and impatient. So I hope that answers a lot of people's questions. Hair details. I get this every time. How many packs did you use? What did you use? Guys, if you just want to click the expandable thing where it says read more and there's like an arrow pointing down, you can click on it. I have everything in there. I have all of the hair that I've used. I put in the color, I put in the quantity, I even give you a link to where I got the hair from. I gave you all that. I gave you a list of videos in case you like this one. I even give you what I'm using to record and edit and do all that kind of stuff with. So any hair details, if you see hair on my head that I'm installing, don't ask the question. I promise you it's in the description box. And if it's ever not in the description box, I owe you some hair. So let's just make that deal. So if it's ever not in there, email me, hey, Alicia, you don't have the hair in here, run me my hair. I will gladly send you whatever hair you're looking for, because I make it a point to put it in there, because I know some people didn't when I was first starting out, and I get very irritated when I want to duplicate their style and they didn't list the hair. So not only do I mention it in the video, like earlier in this video, I put it in the description box. So just check the box. It's in there, I promise. Okay, so I think that was it. That's my 2-minute spiel. I probably went over a little bit. So if you stayed for the Q&A, I appreciate it. You probably learned a lot of stuff. Thanks for coming. Once again, thank you guys so much for the support. It really means a lot to me to know that you guys are not only watching my videos, listening to me, you're also replicating it in all of the tags and all of the comments and all of the emails that you're sending me with the styles that you replicated, because of me means more than you could probably ever imagine. So I'm gonna go because feelings. Like, comment, and subscribe the other videos, and I will catch you guys next week.